It just seemed relative.
Oh!
Oh.
Nate, he's in the tire barriers again. Whoa, just didn't make that corner.
Tires in one.
Turn one.
You okay?
Got his hands off with plenty of time on that one. That's a sickening feeling, though, when you're already nursing an injury and you know that that's coming.
And I go back to the left-hand corners. It just
totally
didn't
fine.
seem like he was
Car
comfortable.
is like yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the one yesterday was a function of hitting those curbs in turn 5, bottoming out, launching the car up in the air into the tires. Here, that was just getting in a bit hot, it looked like, trying to find that lap time on the Firestone Reds, and the frustration, you can just see it. Jimmy's so angry at that mistake.
So competitive, so much wants to prove to himself. He doesn't have anything to prove, but to enjoy this time in IndyCar that he has put together. And moments like this, I know, frustrate him.
See, there wasn't a lockup. It's tough to tell if he just carried in a little too much speed, just didn't quite get as hard on the brake pedal as he wanted to get that initial deceleration, and couldn't quite get to the apex. And yeah, the lockup happened very late when it was already as good as gone. Maybe a little bit oversteer on entry, couldn't quite commit to turning as much as he wanted.
Yeah. I'm just watching this head-on shot, James, that we just showed earlier. We can pause it, say right. Well, keep rolling, please. A little bit more, right there. Looking at the backside, let's stop there. Just trying to look at the hand, but it looks okay. I like Nate said, he wasn't complaining about it on the radio, but it just seems like he's favoring that pinky and ring finger on his right hand, and there's just no way to really manage an IndyCar around Long Beach unless you've got. He was up, Grosjean, 2/10 on Colton Herta. Here's Grosjean. He got in the wall there with the left rear. He broke the toe link, I think.
In non-stop. Unfortunately, the K-Line Insulators Chevrolet for AJ Foyt Racing. Dalton Kellett slammed into the tire barriers. Hinch, he is out of this race.
By the time he came into the camera view, he already had that inside front locked up. Joe, just a little bit too much speed in, a little bit too hard on the brake pedal there, and yeah, an unfortunate end of the day for the number 4 car. That's a good lick. That's a pretty quick corner, Townsend.
So tricky in turn 1 when you know you're over the limit. Smart decisions as there's trouble in the hairpin for Scott McLaughlin.
Championship leader has to flick it around.
That was some handy stuff right there.
That was a bit of a risky move around a blind corner. Let's get a replay of what happened to Scott McLaughlin. He's coming up behind Tatiana Calderon and just clips the inside wall.
Right rear. This is the kicker. This is the hairpin kicker. Watch the right rear.
He's just trying to keep it tight so he can get a good run off to pass the 11, but he hits with the middle of the side pod. I don't think there's not going to be any suspension damage there. So as bad as a hit is, that's as good a hit as you can get.
Super lucky, unless the radiator might be damaged there. But you might wonder, how is that possible with all the laps that you do in practice? It's because he
one versus the guy he's chasing, pitting on lap 30. Devlin DiFrancesco goes around at the hairpin as well, the young rookie.
Big damage to the left rear. That's that looks fairly terminal. That's a pretty loose wheel.
Is that car-to-car contact, or is that car-to-wall contact? That looks like maybe car-to-wall contact indeed. Getting it all wrong there at the exit of turn 9.
And that was his out lap. He'd only just pitted. Comes to the hairpin with a wonky car.
What did you call it, Townsend? Driving the forklift?
Forklifting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's terminal. That's going to be day done for the 29 guys, unfortunately. Autosport in the pits, guys. It's just not what this group wants.
Oh,
no! Hurt in the wall.
Turn 9 will not defend his race win. He has smashed that Gainbridge Honda into the wall. He is out of this race.
Is this Nashville all over again? It certainly looks like it. Colton Herta was absolutely pushing as hard as he could on that in-lap, and it's all gone south.
Oh, no.
Can you get down here at all? Stuck.
Dad is asking, can you make it down here at all? He says, nope, I'm stuck.
It wouldn't matter if he did, guys. That car is not getting back on the racetrack.
I'm going to guess turn 9 exit, just like Devlin DiFrancesco's crash. Bigger impact here. Let's take another look.
God, devastating for him, man. This is deja vu all over again. Not what he wants to see. Here we go on the brakes. Bit of a hits that bump there, bottoms out, big brake lock, and just was just holding on. I mean, could not get that tire. You see how aggressive that bump is.
It is.
Lifts the tire off the ground, it locks up, and off you go.
But you know, that's exactly what we showed with that pit stop comparison. It was the
I'm telling him.
Oh, my
goodness.
goodness.
Trouble, guys.
Simon Pagenaud is in the garden.
I've never seen an IndyCar in the garden.
Pagenaud's doing some edge trimming.
This happened yesterday in the Porsche Carrera Cup Championship, and the car was facing the other way, not the wrong way.
I've always thought this was possible. I've never seen it.
Now
Full
the
course
caution.
That's quite the... I would assume, yes, that was coming. That's quite the predicament for the 60 car. I didn't realize Simon was a horticulturalist.
Well, he is now.
Must be lovely in terms of fragrance right now.
Let's see what happened to Simon Pagenaud in the Meyer Shank Honda, side by side with Takuma Sato for some gardening work.
To have some advantage in this slower section on those red sidewall tires as they come from turn.
No!
Marcus Harrison in the wall. He keeps it going, but that will be game
Oh,
over.
no!
And he takes out Dixon.
His teammate hits him from behind. Marcus Ericsson, when everything was looking so good, smashes the wall, exiting turn 4. It was one of the key spots, the hot spots. His race is over. Has he damaged Dixon's car badly? Make it 10 from here. Big crash, Jimmy Johnson and rookie David Malukas, turn 8. There's another caution.
Oh boy.
This is going to spice things up.
What does that do now for Award, for Will Power, for Scott Dixon?
They're in it.
Fast race cars with pass left. Graham Rahal's got 72 seconds to use. Meanwhile, little fire on Jimmy Johnson's car as the AMR safety team races out to check on the drivers. That's the right front.
That's not a little fire anymore, Johnson. That's a big fire and growing. We definitely need to get something on that.
Yeah, I mean, common issue here. The brakes get super hot on a street circuit when you come to a sudden stop. There's the fire extinguisher. What a weekend Jimmy Johnson's had. Boy. Third time into the wall.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely fortuitous for someone like Graham Rahal because he's on reds with 72 seconds of push to pass to spare.
52 push to pass. Dixon 16. Rossi 32 behind.
That's another way of saying, Graham, you're in terrific shape. Jimmy Johnson out of the car with that injured right hand after crashing exactly the same spot earlier this weekend in the very first practice and then again at turn 1. There's David Malukas in the background, the youngster in his first season of IndyCar racing. He's out and he's okay. What happened?
So gonna look.
Oh, did he get help?
I don't think he did.
I
It
think
looks
Malukas
like
was too far back.
yeah, he just lost it under braking maybe, and David Malukas unfortunately just really a victim there. Interesting to see another shot if we have one.
He's backwards.
Plenty of push to pass. He had double than Will Power just a couple of laps ago. Sato cannot get this thing in reverse.
About another 5 seconds diff. They'll have to throw the yellow here.
Yep.
He's just in too precarious a position to leave it a local caution, I feel.
There it is. And that is race over. Joseph
Turn 8.
Newgarden will have his first.
I thought was just totally brilliant stuff. I mean, he was at a distance.